You are definitely a leader in the industry
Thank
in
you.
this area, if not nationally. So the question that comes to mind, Jayson, is how do you do it all? How do you you have
I thought I was going to come here to get the answer from that question from you, because I still don't even know how I do it. I have people ask me this every day, and it's always out of complete respect. You know, I have younger guys. You know, I'm 34 years old, and I'll have guys that are 22, 23, 24, and they'll be like, Jay, how do you do it, man? They're like, I follow you on Instagram, I follow you on Facebook, and at 1 minute you're in South Jersey, the next minute you're in New York City, and then I go to sleep for 2 hours, you're in Miami, or you're training, you know, you're 70, 80 clients a day, you're running your staff of 25 trainers here in South Jersey. We then license the program, so now we have gyms all over the country. So I have the staff from those gyms checking in as well.
Wow.
Taking on the bourbon room, you know, partnering
Right.
up with the bourbon room, you know, real estate, you know, fixing, flipping homes. I'm a family man, you know, husband, a father of 3 kids.
right?
Yeah, I have a 6-month-old son.
Right, 2 daughters.
So people, honestly, and that's what blows their minds. It's not really all that I do. Is they're like, how do you do it? They're like,
Right.
how do you do it? And one of the best rules that I ever learned in life was, no matter how overwhelming something may seem, never make it known how overwhelming it is, you know. So just show someone that the package is done, you know, the package is here, it's delivered, or the mission is accomplished, or the war has been won, or you know, the test is passed, you know.
Yeah.
No one should really see behind the scenes, you know. But to me, being the guy that I am and always trying to help the younger generation understand that nothing comes easy, there's no specific way that I do it. I mean, it's a lot of work, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, do I give up hours of sleep? Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Are there some nights that I'm on 2 hours of sleep? Sometimes no sleep, and that's hard, because that's a catch-22. Because the first thing I preach to my clients in the gym is get your 8 hours of sleep, drink your gallon of water a day,
Right.
you know. Stay consistent with your workouts at least 3 times a week, you know. But there's no specific way that I can say that I do it. It's just a matter of me having a mission, having a goal, taking on responsibilities, and my day is not finished until the responsibilities are done, you know. So it's hard at times, you know, I won't lie. It definitely is hard. It can come across as overwhelming, but at the end of the day, you just have to look at the bigger picture. The bigger picture in me is the passion that I have, and my passion is to change lives, is to see the success stories, you know. I do have people that say, Jay, you can't live your life helping so many people because you're forgetting about yourself. But somehow, some way, I still make sure that I come full circle and take care of myself as well, you know. But I feel like once your passion is in what you do, you're not really going to work, you know. So they look at it like, damn, how do you work all day long? How do you do this all day? But I don't really look at it like I'm clocking in and going to work. I just go to sleep. Whatever I do, I wake up and I handle my responsibilities for the day. And it just so happens that all these things we just named off are my responsibilities.
You do it so well,
I
and your
try.
passion comes through in your energy, and
Right.
you have such a positive energy about you that not only do you get it done, you get it done
Well,
well.
I appreciate that.
And I know for myself, and I'm sure for others, one thing that I really admire about you is you stay very focused on your priorities. Your wife, your 3 children are always, you know, top priority, and the real, you know, the heart of you, and you can see that.
And I think that's there has to be something that you're driving for, you know. I feel like first and foremost, you got to have faith in something, you know. If you don't have faith in anything, it's just like almost like the having a business or being involved in a certain type of industry. If there's no one to look up to, or you know, or follow their lead, the chances are you're not going to really do too well, or you don't have anyone to answer to, you know. So I feel like in some way, shape, or form, you got to have faith in something, you know. And my faith is in God, you know. So I feel like everything that I do has to be a reflection on that faith. And whether it's, you know, do unto others as you like done to you, those are one of the things that I run by. I don't do anything to anyone that I wouldn't want done to myself, you know. As far as, you know, being a dad, I've seen, you know, kids that haven't had their dads around. I personally didn't have my dad around for most of my life, so I make sure it's my mission to be the opposite of what I experienced and be in my kids' lives as much as possible and provide. And, you know, same thing for, you know, when you have a woman by your side that holds you down and has your back and takes care of the home front with the family, I feel like she should also be okay and not be in need of anything as well. So it starts there, you know. And I feel like if you have a happy home, you leave the house in a happier mindset, you know. You leave the house feeling, you know, full, you know, full of love, full of energy, full of faith, and you almost have so much that you want to share it, because you can see somebody and you can tell that they're missing something. So if I can just give everybody just a little bit of that, you know.
Yeah.
Again, my issue is sometimes that I give so much that by the time the day is done, I have nothing left. But listen, I mean, I pray and I thank God for another day, and that's what recharges me. And I get up and I do it again. You know, so I believe that it all goes hand in hand. You know, one element, one key comes out of the equation, chances are everything can fall apart. You're as strong as your weakest link. So you have to make sure your circle around you is tight. You have to make sure that you live up to what you preach, you know, and just make sure everyone around you is happy.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And back to the bourbon room, Jayson. What if someone comes to the bourbon room? What can they see that's going to be different compared to when it was the House of Blues? That's
a good question as well. I was asked that by many reporters so far, and I'm going to go back to the answer that I went to a million times, and the truest answer is you should never try to change perfection. You know, so. But the bourbon room, there will be no specific thing that you're going to walk in and say, whoa, when I was in the House of Blues, that wasn't here, they added that. Down to the decor and the paintings on the wall and some of the nostalgic type of quotes, and even there are even places in the venue you're going to still see the word House of Blues, because I love the fact that the House of Blues didn't close down because they were unsuccessful. You know, the House of Blues didn't tank. The House of Blues didn't do bad. The House of Blues had to close down because the building housing the House of Blues, the casino, the hotel, went out of business, you know? So I feel like if there was any way to go out, they went out on top, because every single human being you come across, if you ask them about the House of Blues, they all have an epic memory. When I say, when one of the partners, you know, we took over the House of Blues or reopened it as a bourbon room, they go in for 15 minutes about experiences that they had, and when they're talking, their eyes are smiling, and you see that twinkle, and it's a memory, you know, and it's a memory that's attached to an emotion, you know. So I feel like if we were to go in there and really start moving things around, it's like functional. It's like the way it's set up. If it worked down to the way the theater seating is, where the staging is, you know. Don't touch it, you know. We put some elbow grease and brought it back to life, you know. If there's certain things that had to be changed, bring the brass back out, and, you know, deep cleaning, and, you know, added a new $500,000 stereo system, because certain things like, you know, technical stuff can get outdated, and, you know, there's always newer and better, you know. So I feel like something like sound quality is big nowadays. You know, I've seen people go to venues or clubs, beautiful environment, but the music wasn't what it should have been, you know. So down to the same sound system that Metallica has on their rider when they do a show or a concert or a festival, we have the same system in our inside of the House of, well, not the House of Blues, but formerly the House of Blues, the Bourbon Room. So sound will not be an issue. I mean, these guys, they came in there with lasers all over the room to make sure the exact same thing you hear over here, you hear it in the back of the room over there. So I feel like, listen, if you're going to somewhere that's known for music, the sound is everything. I mean, yeah, visuals are great, but you need to leave there and know that you got the experience and more. We need to exceed the customer or the patron's expectations, you know, and that's what we did. So
that's great.
Back to your question, no crazy changes, you know, new faces, you know, new smile, you know, ran by you know, locals from the South Jersey area. Which again, we have that touch in the community where if people want to see something, if there's any feedback, you know, we can build the excitement in the community before the actual big night. I love the fact that I'm approachable, you know, where Rob is approachable, you know, Brian is approachable. We can hear feedback rather than there be this face of this huge entertainment complex, and they never really know what people are feeling. You know, maybe the bathroom needs to be cleaner, and they don't even know that the bathroom needs to be cleaner, or parking can be better. You know, we're right there, you know. So the community literally, indirectly, is in control of that venue through us.
Can't beat that.
Can't beat it.
Is it challenging for you to have to change it up for different venues, like to go from a pro wrestling to maybe a music, a concert?
It's actually fun.
Yeah.
It's more work, you know, because every time you try to market or promote or even sit down and negotiate terms with the guys that, you know, are a part of that event, it's a whole different sequence or, you know, chain of action, because it's just different, you know. Pop artists and, you know, country singers and you know, we're talking about magicians. You're dealing with a lot of different people and price points and budgets. So in reality, it can be a little bit more work, but the fact that it's exciting, you know. My partners and I didn't want to be just a Friday, Saturday concert show. I wanted it to be something where I tell my family, listen, get dressed, we're going to go sit down and go watch this theater, you know. It's Christmas time, it's going to be a Christmas musical, let's go watch the Christmas musical, you know. We're thinking about maybe like a gospel brunch on Sundays, you know, where there'll be gospel music playing, and you know, you can come out with the family, so you're still, you know, getting the word through music, but then there's food, and even you know, cocktails are being served where you're kind of getting all. I think people's biggest issue nowadays is time.
Yeah.
And it's kind of hard to like balance out life with, do I go to church today? Do I go to the gym today? I got to go to work today. I feel we can like kind of like consolidate everything. Should I just relax and have a glass of wine? And a lot of times the wine beats everything else. So if I can say, you know what, let's have the glass of wine, and you're actually hearing the word at the same time, and you're actually spending time with your family at the same time, and you're actually socializing, and in many cases maybe even networking at the same time, that's, to me, I feel like that's the best approach.
win-win,
you know, it's a win-win. So, yeah, it's more work trying to obviously plan all these events because, but again, it'll never get monotonous. It'll never get stale. That's why I love training so much.
Yeah.
Because even training, if I had a job or I created a company where every single day it was going to be the same thing every day, I walk in, bang, 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 I would have been done a long time ago.
Yeah.
As you can